When I was in my early 20s, my appendix ruptured and caused all kinds of damage. After the surgery, I kept getting sicker and sicker and could never seem to recover. It got to the point where I couldn't eat or drink, and the pain was unbearable 24 hours a day. My weight dropped to 87 pounds, and I was slowly starving to death. Finally, after months of testing, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. I had 5 major surgeries, spending weeks at a time in the hospital, and had too many trips to the emergency room to count. I couldn't eat much of the time. My diet was extremely restricted because eating caused so much pain. I was taking over 20 pills a day just to be able to function. Our whole life was controlled by the disease. This went on for over 17 years. I grew up in a Christian home and believed in healing and had been prayed for probably hundreds of times. But there came a time when I just couldn't stand the thought of being prayed for one more time. Eventually, I started to believe that Crohn's disease was my cross to bear, something that I was just going to have to live with. I had lost hope that things could change. Then in 1996, Bill Johnson came to my city for a healing conference. We had never heard of Bethel Church or Redding, California, but 5 minutes into Bill speaking, my husband leaned over to me and said, "We are going to buy everything he has on that table." And we did. My perspective completely changed about the goodness of God and about healing. I started to believe that healing was for me. About 5 months later, I was in my house cleaning while I was listening to a message by Pastor Bill. In the middle of the message, he had a word of knowledge for someone with severe intestinal pain and that the Lord was healing them. I said to myself, I'll take that, and instantly I felt something lift off of me, and I knew I was healed. Over the next weeks, I went off all my medication, and the symptoms never returned. After 17 years of struggling with Crohn's disease and never being off medication without the symptoms returning, I was completely healed. About 3 months later, I had a CAT scan that showed no sign of Crohn's disease. It's been over 3 years now, and I have not had any symptoms since. I am completely healed. Since I have been healed, I have a new life. I have energy. I can eat anything I want, anytime I want. I have a brand new life. I can keep up with my kids. I have a great family, and I am thankful every day for the gift of life that God has given me. I want my story to bring hope to anyone who is suffering, to anyone who has lost hope, and to anyone who feels like they just can't pray again. The Lord wants to restore your hope. My name is Beth Childs, and this is my story.